So I guess we might as well just keep going down the list, and you don't have to hit on everyone. You certainly
Yeah.
can, but whomever comes to mind as we make our way down the list.
Yeah, I'll go to Brock Glenn right here. Got to sit down and talk with Coach Tokar's Florida State's quarterbacks coach a little while ago, and this was a former Ohio State commit. Florida State lost a commitment from Chris Parson, and they had a few quarterbacks come visit, and one of those was indeed Brock Glenn. Comes and visits, and Florida State, feels pretty optimistic that it's going to land in their favor, but ends up picking Ohio State. Ohio State has a lot of quarterbacks in their class. And then throughout the season, I think you saw the turn and the direction, the upwards directions that Jordan Travis was having. And that's exactly what Tokar's mentioned to me earlier, was just saying, hey, I think Brock saw the development and the improvement that Jordan Travis had on this season. And, being one of the most explosive players in college football, but also to see his passing be so much better, crisp, reading better, taking care of the ball better, just a development there. I think that really attracted Brock Glenn, and that all added up into more wins too for FSU. And you end up becoming state champs for very long. It's been quite a while since Florida State's been able to say that. You're going to a bowl game, a really nice bowl game too. And I think all things just added up for where Brock Glenn kind of turned his mind and started focusing on Florida State and what Mike Norvell and Tokars were doing. And it wasn't much of a shock here because they had done a really good job on the relationship side of things. Here he is. And, that's a big pickup for that quarterback room. They need it. And I think it's more, for me, in my opinion, a good push for AJ Duffy, who's a true freshman right now, that I think will spur up some good competition, because you've already got Jordan Travis. That's your solidified starter in 2023. You don't have to stress on Brock Glenn to do so much, but you would like to see AJ Duffy kind of have a guy on his heels a little bit to push him, in my opinion. So I think this is great to have. You also have Tate Rodemaker, unless he decides to make a decision on staying or going with the program. We'll see what ends up happening there. But I just personally think Glenn and Duffy, those two guys going at it, it's going to be good for both of them.
Okay, looking at a class again with 16 signed, and who else are we looking at here?
I like Jaden Jones here. Jaden Jones, JUCO defensive end. That's where Florida State and Coach Papuchis are going to put him. Dealing rehabbing from, I believe it was just ACL. I don't think it was MCL or anything. Definitely a significant knee injury, but recovering very well from what we've been told. 6'6", 240, looks the part. They're going to put some more size on him too, but just looking at some of his tape and then seeing him in person, it really, I don't know how you say it. The staff they just kind of like perk up whenever you talk about Jaden Jones. There's just something there that they see, and I believe in them. Coach Papuchis, what they've been able to do in that defensive end room has been remarkable, and developing guys. And Jaden Jones is going to be one, I think, that later down the line we'll look back at and say, yeah, this was a really nice pickup, an evaluation from Florida State staff, because this is a talented player, and he's got experience, but to come in and get developed is going to be the big thing. And Florida State's been able to do that. You look at Pat Payton, and now you're looking at Byron Turner too. Some guys that are making some strides, getting more playing time and making more impact in practices that relates or then unloads into games on Saturdays. So Jaden Jones is a name that I think is be huge, as long as recovery goes well. Definitely once he arrives at Florida State, they do a very good job on that part. But nice pickup there, a nice signing for Florida State.
This is your destination, everyone, for Florida State football talk every Wednesday at 6 Eastern time. And then you catch Logan and the rest of the guys on Knoll Game Day. Is it at 8 or 8:30 tonight?
It'll be at 8 tonight. Yep.
8 o'clock tonight, Knoll Game Day right here on YouTube. So get on over there. But every Wednesday right here, 6 Eastern. Bring some friends with you next week. Why don't we do that? And hit the like button while you're at it. Logan, you notice when we don't have Jason around, I relieve you of all duties of the whole like button speech halfway through. We can just, remind people every so often, hit the like button, help us out. It's all good.
Please smash it. Smash it. Maybe there will be a surprise commit tonight. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows, right?
There you go. Couple people in the chat a little bit concerned about too much focus on the transfer portal and not enough on the straight recruiting out of high school. I don't know what your thoughts are there.
Yeah, kind of touched on it earlier. Florida State, you don't want to have to rely on the transfer portal. You don't want to have to say, hey, all right, we can fix this as long as we can wait on a few names to pop up in the portal. That's just not how it's going to work. You still got to stay strictly to your basics and your day one of, hey, we got to go out and recruit and land these guys and definitely close. And I think that's a big thing for FSU fans today is, hey, we had a really talented defensive end where it's not a major concerning need, but it's definitely a position that you need to have depth on right now. And you've got Lamont Green Jr. coming in, you've got Jaden Jones, but Kedrick Falk was your second highest rated recruit in this class, and you could not close on him. I mean, you allowed Auburn to come in and flip him. You got a new staff, and you've had Kedrick Falk committed for a good long while now. And I think the immediate thing now is for Florida State fans to look at the transfer portal, and that just can't always be the case. And you know what? That might end up happening. They might end up looking at the transfer portal and seeing if there's something there, but I think too, a lot of it's going to come down on what they're hearing from Jared Verse, and that's already happened in house, and we'll see how they evaluate it going forward. But can't rely on the transfer portal that much continuously year by year like that.